Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and it's a bad day for Angela Rayner. She's given her all. She's pledged 360,000 houses a year and delivered precisely none. Now, the figures revealed that new house builds for affordable homes has crashed through the floor. And of course, these are the ones that are most important because they're the ones that people can afford, relatively speaking. Affordability has different criteria. Affordable, somewhere out remote, maybe a lot more affordable than somewhere, say, in London or the home counties. Affordable in London might be 350,000. Affordable in the home counties might be 300,000. That sort of thing. Hardly affordable, But when your average house price somewhere is maybe 500,000, 400,000, 500,000 or 800,000, something like that, then 300,000 is affordable comparatively. But it isn't going to happen. It's absolutely not going to happen because of the way construction works. Now, when councils say, right, okay, we'll give you this site, you've got 50 units, we need 5 of them, 10%, 5 of them to be affordable, 45 you can have as commercial. That's fine. The builders will go in, they'll build the commercials, start with the commercials because they want to get the first few commercials built and sold to keep the cash flow going. And then about halfway through the build process, they'll start and very slowly build the affordables towards the end. But they want to get those commercials in because cash flow is king. What's happening is you're getting councils now getting greedy. And instead of saying 5, they want 10. And then the builders are saying, well, we can't afford 10. There's just no profit in it. If you want 10, we're not building. And they arrange 7. That's fine. But you've got to start with the affordables. We can't do that. And they moan and moan. Eventually it's settled and they'll build 1 and they'll do that at the same time. They'll get through. They'll muddle through. And they're just about managing it. But only just. It's really tight. And I know this. I'm expert in the field. So when this is there and it's happening, and it has for a while, this goes on. Greedy councillors, terrible planning officers. Everyone's got to stick their oar in. Everyone's got to justify their position. It's all bollockry. Then Angela Rayner comes along, a woman who knows bugger all about building. Oh, you're going to build 360,000 houses? No, you're not. No, you're not. You haven't got the skills. You haven't got the tradesmen. You haven't got the supplies. You haven't got the time. You know nothing. You haven't got enough planning officers. There's all these things going against it. So, okay, it's going to fail. We know that. But she wants that. And then she gets the news that's just been released yesterday evening that showed the new builds for affordable housing. And it's fallen. In 22-23, it fell. Sorry, it was currently at affordable housing was at 26.5, nearly 27,000 units. New, affordable new builds. Last year, the following year, 3,000. It's fallen from nearly 27,000 to 3,000. Why? Because, as I say, the builders can't do it. They literally can't. They have to slow down. The cash flow is destroying them. So they have to build very, very slowly. Late start, not do, avoid, go back, appeal. It slows the whole process down. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get way, way worse. Policy is going to destroy this. First of all, prices are going to go up because of, construction costs are going to go up across the board because national insurance is going up. And so you've got to pay more national insurance to the tradesmen. But also, all the way down the line to your delivery drivers, to the guys that make this, to the guys that push that, to the office bods that do something else. The council will raise their planning fees because they've got to cover everything. So construction costs will explode. 10, 15, maybe 20%. Wouldn't be surprised if there was a 20% increase in construction cost. And of course, that, because affordable is done on a percentage, means that affordability goes up, meaning fewer people can afford even the affordable homes. That's going to affect it even worse. That's going to screw the cash flow, which means they absolutely have to build the commercial units first. And they're going to say, if you want more than 5%, we can't do it. Never mind 10%, 5%. They'll go down. That's going to slow the production. And then, of course, in a couple of years' time, when every house, every new build has to have a heat pump, that's when the builders stop. Because they'll build a house, they'll build it with a heat pump. A couple of people come along and go, no, I'm not buying that one. It's got a heat pump. I want gas central heating. And they'll go down the road and buy an older house that's got gas central heating. Nobody will buy the new ones. These builders aren't getting their cash back. They're not making their profit. They're not getting the cash flow forecast. It's not hitting. What are they going to do? They can't carry on building. They haven't got the capital to go and buy the bits to build a house here because they've got the money's all tied up in a house over there that they can't sell. Meanwhile, the prices are still going up. Good one, Rachel Reeves. It's almost like you're a genius. And then you're going to have the growler sitting there stamping her feet going, why is nobody building houses? Well, talk to your colleague. Talk to two colleagues. First of all, talk to Miliband and say, oi, Miliband, you wanker. What's all this shit about heat pumps in new houses? Get the hell. We can't build houses. Nobody's building them because of heat pumps. And then have a word with Rachel Reeves. Oi, Reeves, you twonk. Cut the NI so we can build houses. There you go. But that's Labour for you. Hasn't got a Scooby-Doo. 18 million houses in 5 years? Don't make me laugh. They won't make 1,800 in 5 years the way they're going. It is just impossible to build under these conditions. And it's just not going to go. And add to that, you've got your planning permissions, which is going to delay everything. That's horrendous. The lack of capital funding is already hitting the construction industry because they're not confident they can build in a shrinking economy. And so the house builders now, what they're doing is they're not pumping the money into build construction. They are holding it back. They are constructing, where they slowly can. They're slowing the construction right the way down just to keep it sort of at the legal minimum construction to agree contracts. But they're not pushing things through. They're not challenging planning permission. They're letting everything sit slowly, tick along. I tell you what they're doing. They're waiting for 4.5 years. They're waiting for the next government. They're waiting for the Tories to come in and change all this back. And then, in 4.5 years' time, there's going to be a boom. There's going to be a massive building boom. And what's great is it won't be on green belt land. Tories have already said that. They're not building. It's all going to be reversed. If you're thinking of buying a new home, just wait. Although I don't know if the Tories are going to reverse the heat pump. If they reverse the heat pump, then fine. If they don't, you're going to have to buy an older house. What do you know? But Angela Rayner, crying into her cafe latte, isn't she? Oh, woe is me. 3,000 new start, low cost homes. She hasn't got a clue and she hasn't got a hope. Thanks very much.